Whiskers and Paws, A Tale of True Friendship Part 2. As the silver moon bathed the quiet little town in its gentle glow, Whiskers stretched lazily on her rooftop perch. Her emerald eyes reflected the twinkling stars above, a world of wonder just beyond her paws. Down below, Paws trotted happily along the path, his tail wagging like a friendly banner in the night breeze. The narrator's voice, soft as a lullaby, whispered, "The town was fast asleep under the silver moon." Whiskers stretched on her rooftop, while Paws wandered below, humming with joy. Suddenly, Whiskers' ears perked up, her gaze fixed on something in the distance. "Paws, look, over there," she called softly, pointing with her delicate nose. Beyond the golden fields, deep in the forest, a warm golden glow flickered between the trees. "It pulls like a heartbeat, mysterious and inviting." Paws' ears shot up, his eyes sparkling with excitement. "That looks like an adventure," he barked, his tail wagging even faster. But Whiskers hesitated, her tail twitching nervously. "It could be dangerous," she mewed. As Paws looked up at her with those shining brown eyes full of trust and excitement, the narrator continued, and when Whiskers saw the joy in her friend's eyes, she sighed and smiled, gathering her courage. Whiskers spoke softly but bravely, "All right, but we go together." And with that, cat and dog slipped into the night, side by side, moving toward the glowing forest. The forest welcomed them with a hushed silence, broken only by the soft crunch of leaves beneath their paws. Fireflies danced around them like fallen stars, lighting their way through the darkness. The air hummed with mystery and magic. The forest welcomed them with silence. The narrator breathed. Only fireflies and crunching leaves lit their way. As they entered a moonlit clearing, they saw an old stone well at its center, covered in soft green moss. It glowed faintly with a golden light. The air around it seemed to sing a gentle, otherworldly melody. Whiskers twitched as she whispered, "It feels alive." Paws sniffed the air thoughtfully, his nose working overtime. "It smells like rain and sadness," he replied, his voice tinged with wonder. Suddenly, a trembling sound rose from inside the well. "Chirp, chirp, chirp." Whiskers gasped, her eyes wide with concern as she peered over the edge. "A bird. It's trapped down there." At the bottom of the well, a tiny bluebird shivered, its wings soaked and heavy. Tears glistened in its eyes, reflecting the faint golden glow. Whiskers' heart ached at the sight, her whiskers trembling with worry. "Oh no, we have to help." Without hesitation, Paws lowered his fluffy tail like a rope. "Hold on, little one," he called encouragingly. "Grab onto me." But the bird was too weak, its tiny claws slipping from Paws' fur. The narrator's voice was filled with tension. But the bird was too weak, and slipped again. Whiskers stretched her paw closer, her voice soft and warm, full of belief in the little bird's strength. "Don't give up. We believe in you," she mewed gently. And with all its strength, the bird tried again. And this time, it held on. The narrator continued, relief evident in every word. Slowly, carefully, Whiskers and Paws worked together to pull the tiny bird to safety. As it fluttered onto solid ground, the bird's voice trembled with gratitude. "Thank you. My name is Luma." The scene shifted, warm and gentle music swelling in the background. Whiskers curled her soft gray fur around Luma, warming the shivering bird. Paws sat proudly nearby, his tail wagging with satisfaction. "You're safe now," Whiskers purred kindly, her voice as soft as a cloud. Paws chimed in brightly, "And no one gets left behind when we're around." Luma blinked gratefully, her feathers beginning to dry in the night air. "You saved me, because you showed me kindness. I'll show you something special." With a flutter of her damp wings, Luma began to glow faintly. she took to the air, leaving a trail of golden sparkles in her wake. Whiskers hesitated, whispering to Paws, "Do we trust her?" But Paws, ever the optimist, smiled widely. "Of course, friends help friends." The narrator's voice carried them forward. And so, with a new companion, they ventured deeper into the forest. As they walked, the forest seemed to grow taller around them. Branches arched overhead like the windows of a grand cathedral, and a golden mist shimmered in the air. Suddenly, the trees parted, revealing a sight that took their breath away. And then, the forest opened to a dream. The narrator whispered in awe. Before them lay a hidden garden, glowing with an otherworldly light. Flowers bloomed in shades of blue, pink, and gold, their petals shimmering like silk. Silver streams sparkled like liquid starlight, winding through beds of berries that shone like precious gems. Butterflies glowed as they danced from blossom to blossom, leaving trails of light in their wake. Whiskers' eyes were as wide as saucers. "It's like a dream," she breathed, unable to believe what she was seeing. Paws bounded happily through the grass, his tail a blur of excitement. "It's like the stars came down to play with us," he barked joyfully. Luma fluttered proudly before them, her wings now dry and shimmering. "This is the garden of kindness. It only appears to those who show true friendship." For hours, they played in the magical garden. They chased glowing butterflies, splashed in the silver streams, and tasted fruit sweeter than the finest honey. Laughter and joy filled the air, mingling with the soft glow that surrounded them. But their happiness was soon interrupted. From the thickets at the edge of the garden, a sleek red fox emerged. Its eyes glowed with mischief and hunger as it surveyed the scene before it. Well, a cat, a dog, and a bird in my garden?" The fox growled, its voice low and threatening. Whiskers' back arched, her fur standing on end as she hissed, "This garden isn't yours." Paws stood tall beside her, his voice firm and unwavering. "It belongs to everyone who is kind." The fox's lips curled back in a snarl. "Fools, leave now or be chased out." With a vicious lunge, it sprang towards them. Whiskers leapt forward, her claws flashing in the magical light. Paws barked fiercely, pushing back against the fox's attack. They were afraid, the narrator admitted, but together, they stood their ground. Just as it seemed the fox might overwhelm them, Luma sang out a clear, piercing note. The flowers around them blazed with golden light, wrapping Whiskers and Paws in a glowing shield of protection. The fox yelped as the light grew brighter, and fled into the shadows. The narrator continued, relief evident in every word. As the danger passed, Whiskers sank to the ground, her heart racing. "I was terrified," she admitted softly. But Paws was there in an instant, nuzzling her gently. "So was I. But being brave is easier when we're together." The garden seemed to pulse with approval, glowing even brighter than before. Luma hovered before them, her wings shimmering like stardust. "You've proven loyalty, courage, and kindness," she said warmly. "The garden rewards hearts like yours." As they watched in wonder, the night sky above them seemed to open up. The stars shone brighter than ever, and two new points of light appeared, side by side in the velvet darkness. "And so, the garden gifted them to stars," the narrator explained, shining forever as a symbol of their bond. Whiskers nestled close to Paws, her voice barely above a whisper. "Even the sky believes in us." Paws' reply was soft and heartfelt. "And as long as I have you, I'll never be afraid." As dawn approached, painting the forest in shades of pink and gold, the glowing garden began to fade away. Whiskers watched sadly as the magical flowers dimmed. "It's disappearing," she mewed. But Luma, now perched gently on her shoulder, offered words of comfort. The garden will always live in your hearts, and whenever you act with kindness, you'll feel its magic again. Pa's tail wagged as he smiled. Then it's not really gone. Together, they began their journey home. The narrator's voice carried them forward, and so, together, they walked back through the forest. Every step was lighter, every breath full of hope. As they emerged from the trees, the little town came into view. Children playing in the street stopped to watch and wonder as Whiskers, Paws, and Luma walked together under the old oak tree. They returned home cat, dog, and bird side by side. The narrator explained, the world might not always understand. There might be storms, shadows, or teasing, but their friendship was unshakable, magical, eternal. As night fell once more, two bright stars twinkled side by side in the sky above. The narrator's voice, warm and comforting, brought the tale to a close. And as the stars shone above, so did their hearts. For true friendship never fades. In the gentle darkness, a final thought lingered like a whispered secret. Friendship is tested in challenges. It grows stronger in courage, shines brighter in kindness, and leaves a light that even the stars remember. Moral of the story: friendship is tested in challenges. It grows stronger in courage, shines brighter in kindness, and leaves a light that even the stars remember. The end. If you're loving what you're watching, don't forget to smash that like button. It really helps us out. We'd love to hear what you think. Drop a comment and smash that subscribe button for more fun with Suka Shorts. You really don't want to miss out on all the awesome fun we've got planned. Love you all tons.